I am Sanab KB, Physics Department of RBNB College, Rampur. This is my fourth lecture on current electricity. In previous lecture, we already studied that the principle of potentiometer and some uses of potentiometer. First use to determine the EMF of a given cell. Second use of potentiometer to compare the EMFs of two given cells by individual method or by sum and difference methods. And third use of this potentiometer is to determine internal resistance of a given cell by potentiometer. We have to determine internal resistance of given cell by potentiometer. For that purpose, draw this circuit diagram. This is the potentiometer, wire AB. Here is the point A and here is point B. This A point is connected to positive terminal of a battery of EMF E1 through plug key K1 to this variable resistance rheostat. RH is the rheostat. This is a primary circuit of potentiometer. Now draw this secondary circuit. This is a cell of EMF E1. There is some internal resistance for this cell E1 is R1. This is a variable resistance, that is a resistance box of resistance R here. Is connected across this source of EMF E1. Combine these two are connected to galvanometer of resistance G. This is the point D and this is the jockey J, sliding key here. Now here we have to determine internal resistance, means this R1 of this cell E1 using potentiometer. This is the potentiometer wire. AB is the potential conducting uniform wire stretching on a wooden board with number of segments about 1 meter long. Now we have to calculate internal resistance, this R1 of a given cell E1. For that purpose, initially make this circuit arrangement as shown in figure. initially our K1 key is closed and K2 is open. Only this K1 is closed and this K2 is open, means only this cell E1 is in circuit. Okay. And now sliding this jockey or touching the jockey at different points, find point D at which galvanometer shows the zero deflection. And for that purpose, by principle of potentiometer, that potential E1 is equal to K into L1, where L1 is the length of wire AD. D is a point at which galvanometer shows the zero deflection. Therefore, E1 is equal to KL1, where K is potential gradient. Potential gradient, which is a constant. Value of K is constant here. Now, in next step, if this K1, K2 both are closed here, this K1 and K2 both are closed, then this resistance R is in circuit. For suitable value of R, we find the point D, sliding this or touching this jockey on this conducting wire AB, find point D at which galvanometer shows the zero deflection. That is the null point, and potential across this wire phi is equal to KL2, where K with the length closing this K1 and K2 from A to D, and therefore phi is equal to KL2, and therefore from these two equations E1 upon V is equal to KL1 divided by KL2, and therefore this E1 by V is equal to L1 by L2. This is equation number A. Okay. Consider this primary circuit, that is P, Q, S, T here. For this primary circuit, applying voltage law and Kirchhoff's law, we get E1 is equal to IR plus I small r, internal resistance. According to that, current I is equal to E1 divided by R1 plus small r. From applying the Ohm's law to the complete circuit, and now this E1 is equal to IR plus IR for this closed loop. And again from Ohm's law, and phi is equal to IR, and therefore E1 divided by V, E1 is IR plus IR divided by this IR, and now E1 by phi is equal to this I get cancels here, means this I into R plus this internal resistance R divided by IR. Now this I get cancelled. E1 by V is equal to R plus R divided by this R is equation B. Okay. From equation A and B, equating these two equations, or comparing equations A and this equation B here. Therefore, we get equation here R plus R divided by R is equal to L1 by L2, that is L1 by L2. Now R plus R is equal to this R into L1 by L2, and now we have to calculate small r is equal to R L1 by L2 minus R here, and this R is equal to this R into L1 by L2 minus 1. Using this equation R, we can calculate the value of internal resistance R. Means value of R is taking from here a resistance box. Take readings for L1 and L2. How to find L1? Make this K1 is closed and K2 is open. We get E1 is equal to KL1. Now this is the value of L1. Then make K1 and K2 both are closed and find the length L2 for suitable resistance R. Keeping the values of this capital R, L1, L2, we get the value of small r, that is the internal resistance of a given cell. In this way, using this potentiometer, we can determine the internal resistance of a given cell by potentiometer. Take at least 5 readings, changing the values of this R1 and find the mean value of R from these 5 readings. We get the internal resistance of a given cell by using potentiometer. This experiment can be done in our laboratory. These are the important uses of this potentiometer. Now, potentiometer also used as a voltage divider, radio control system, and potentiometer as a sensor, and so on. There are number of uses of that potentiometer. Understand? These 3 experiments are done in your laboratory to determine the EMF of a cell, to compare the EMFs of a cell, and to determine the internal resistance of a given cell. Understand? Principle of potentiometer and some experiment of that potentiometer. Now, we have to study next device, which is known as moving coil galvanometer. What is the construction and working of moving coil galvanometer. Galvanometer. We see here particular case, that is a moving coil galvanometer. Which is known as MCG, moving coil of galvanometer. That is a construction of this moving coil galvanometer is like this one. Now here iron core. Spiral spring is there, iron core C is here. This is NS Horso magnet, and here is the rectangular coil. Here is the pointer, and now angular scale is fitted here. The 2030 Now this is a angular scale This is a pointer. This is a Horso magnet. Here is a iron core. This is a rectangular coil. Iron core, rectangular, and here spiral spring. This is the construction of moving coil galvanometer. Here this rectangular coil is wounded on this iron core here. Now this coil is kept in between here Horso magnets, that is a concave pole pieces, this N and S, north and south pieces are here in between. And now here is a spiral spring. This pointer is joined to this rectangular coil, and here through this rectangular coil current oil will be entering here and current will be leaving eyes here. Now this galvanometer is sensitive for this current, so it is used to detect the current flowing through this galvanometer, and again what is the potential of that 2 points of that galvanometer can be detected using this galvanometer. Therefore this galvanometer is also converted into ammeter and voltmeter. Now here what is the working of this galvanometer? When current flowing through this rectangular coil, then due to this magnetic field from N and S, that coil get deflect, and this current flowing this moving coil galvanometer is directly proportional to deflection theta produced in it. Therefore I is proportional to theta. This is the principle of this moving coil galvanometer, means current flowing through this galvanometer is directly proportional to deflection produced in it, that is I is proportional to theta. This is the construction and working of moving coil galvanometer. Actually this is the inner part of this galvanometer. See here this is the rectangular coil is here. This rectangular coil, and here this Horso magnets is there, and now the scale is like fitted here, and see this galvanometer. When this coil rotate here, this coil, this rectangular coil, their pointer also rotate and shows the deflection produced in it. Here is the angular scale. This is 0, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. This is the construction of moving coil galvanometer. Actually, see this rectangular coil here. this coil, it can be rotated here. Current will be flowing through this rectangular coil. Connections for currents are not shown here. There are two wires here. Here entering the current and leaving the current, and horseshoe magnets are there. And if current flowing through this galvanometer, this coil rotates and then pointer shows the what is the deflection produced in this galvanometer. Okay, actually galvanometer is shown like this one. See here, entering the current, leaving the current. Deflection may be left or right. It may be depends on what is the direction of current flowing through this galvanometer. See here, angular coil. Here 0 is at the center, and deflection left and right can be noted from this angular scale. This is the construction and working of moving coil galvanometer. That is, current flowing this moving coil galvanometer is directly proportional to deflection produced in it. That is, I is proportional to theta. It is very sensitive for current. Therefore, we can measure the current and potential difference of that given circuit or through this galvanometer. So, this moving coil galvanometer is converted into ammeter and voltmeter. Ammeter is used for the measurement of current, and potentiometer is used to determine the potential difference across that given circuits or 2 points of a given circuit. Now these three instruments are like this one. This is a ammeter here. Now here scale is calibrated in milliampere, so it is a milliammeter आपण म्हणतो, milliammeter or ammeter, which is used to measure the current. And this is a voltmeter, which is used to measure the potential difference across a given circuit. Okay, now actually this is a galvanometer. This galvanometer is converted into this ammeter and this voltmeter. Okay, now in this lecture we studied that the one use of potentiometer to determine the internal resistance of a given cell by potentiometer, and also we saw about the construction and working of this moving coil galvanometer. And now in next lecture we can see how this moving coil galvanometer is converted into voltmeter and ammeter. Now we can stop here. Okay.